Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Fred Sutton, and today I'll be discussing in this video financing plans. As you can see here, I have put up some information about two different financing plans. Let me walk through it with you, then I'm going to walk through the way that we analyze these financing plans, and then also come up to all the way to the earnings per share, and also take a look at some of the effects of the interest from our bonds that may affect this. So in here, if you'll take a look here, in Plan 1 I have issued a 10% bond at face value for $4 million. In Plan 2 it's only $2.5 million. And then in issued preferred stock here of 2.5, which this is the dividend rate right here, and then this is the par value. We will then have to figure out how many shares are going to be provided out there as a part of this. So we'll figure that out in just a little bit, but basically to do that, we take the 3 million divided by the 25. And then finally, our issue of common stock here, we have a par value set at 10, we have 4 million in Plan 1, and 2.5 million in Plan 2. We'll take to figure out the number of shares. So that one, similar to preferred stock, we'll take the par value into the amount that we have of that. So it would be 4 million divided by 10, which would give us 400,000. Let's walk through this here and see how this all turns out. So we're going to take the first step is, as you can see, they made income before interest and income tax of $2 million. So we'll actually put it up here. So earnings before interest and then taxes here. And so what we'll have is Plan 1 and then Plan 2. So we have 2 million in both of those because nothing has changed. So as you can see, nothing has changed. We still have the 2 million there. So now what we're going to deduct is we're going to move straight down here. We're going to deduct the bond at face value. So we're going to deduct the bond, and not the face value, but excuse me, the interest on that. So the bond interest. So we're going to take away the bond interest here. So if I have 10%, the interest rate is 10% on that. So $4 million. If I take the 10% times that, that gives me 400,000. And then I will do the same thing for here. 10% of this will give me 250,000. And that will give me the income before income tax. So we have 1.6 million here, and then 1.75 million here. So as you can see, there is a difference there already. Now we will take the tax on that. So we'll deduct our income tax. So what we will do then is we will multiply it times the percentage there that we have. So we have a percentage rate of 40%. So we will then multiply the 1.6 million times the 40%. So we'll take that times 40%, which should give us about, let's see here, it's like 140,000. And then in here, we'll multiply that by 40%, and that should come out to be, let's see here, 700,000. This will give me 960, and this will give us our net income. All right, so now we figured out our net income here. As you can see, we have two different values. We have a value for Plan 1. It's a little lower here because we had a higher deduction for our bond interest than it is on Plan 2. And that's the difference there. So now what we're going to do is take the dividends on preferred stock. So we're going to take that away. So dividends on preferred stock. All right, so we show here that we have 0 in this plan here, so we won't have any there. And then we have, basically, we're trying to figure out how many shares we have here. So we've got to figure out how many shares that we have. So what we're going to do here is divide that by $25. So divide that by $25, and then we will multiply it by 250. So we'll take the value that we get, and then we'll multiply that by 250. And that should total to be $300,000 after we're all said and done. All right. So now we have oops. Excuse me. There. All right. So now I have 960,000 and 750,000. Now I've got to figure out, and I've taken that away. Now remember, I'm going to also show you right now the equation to figure out earnings per share, because that's what we're going to come out with right here. And remember that when you look at this, it's net income minus preferred dividends over shares of common stock. So remember that. Now we got to figure out how many shares we have. So what we do is we take the $10 par into each of these values here, the 4 million and the 2.5 million. So that gives me how many I have. So I will have here 400,000, and these are amount available for okay, that's the amount available for common stock dividend. And then what we have is we have the 400,000, and then we have the 250 of that one. And that basically 2.5 million divided by 10 gives us that value there. And these are our shares of common stock outstanding. All right. So now let's get our earnings per share. Okay, so now when we figure that out, what we must do is then divide the 960,000 by the $400,000. That will give us the value of what we have per share. We'll also do that for the 750,000 and divide that by 250,000 to figure out how much they are. So if I take this into that, it looks like it comes out to be $2.40. And if I take this one here, looks like it would be, looks like it's an even $3. So looking at that, looking at this and analyzing this, this plan 2 is better for our earnings per share. Now that can change also because the value and the amount that we make makes a huge difference. If we make a lot less money, this plan 1 right here may be more attractive. If we make more money, this might be a little better. So it just depends on what we're making, and then also how many shares that we may have out there as a part of that. So as you can see here, these two plans, these are some of the ways that you evaluate them before deciding as a company which financing plan you may use. I'm Dr. Fred Sutton, and this is the Financing Plans. I thank you for listening and watching, and have a great day.